Hi everybody, welcome back to Valley Car Centre. Well, today I thought I'd show you one of the unprepped cars, the latest one I've just purchased. So I thought I'd give you a look around it, unprepped, just to show a bit about what was due, what they're like beforehand, what they're like afterwards, typically. And I don't really like selling cheaper cars, just don't get the profit out of them. But on the Auto Trader contract, I do get 2 cars for free for under £2,500. Seems daft that you have to have cars that are under £2,500 to do it, but I'll show you around this one. So this is a facelifted version on the 12, so it's still the same shape as it was from 05, but they've changed the bumper bar, bonnet, grills, the wheel trims. To the uninitiated, you'd think they're proper Citroen ones, but nah, they're just ones that are aftermarket and someone's put jelly mold stickers on. Still they look fairly good. Dents on the doors there. I don't think I'll do that. I might get the dent man round to have a look at it. That I'll machine polish off best we can and touch it in with the correct colour. Round here, again, another little dent. I might get my dent man round to have a little look at them. Bumper bar corner there, starting to come off. We'll put a screw through that and across the roof. They do scab on the roof across the front lip, but it hasn't on this one. It is flat, white, but a bit polish. Good machine polish up and it'll come out really well. So inside the car, she really is stinking, isn't she? Look at that. You can't even see the colour of that. That's makeup, that. In the back, obviously this is a 3-door version. It's a VTR, so you've got a few more extras on the VTR. So you've got the electric windows, the remote central door locking. Now, you've got aux and CD player, non-DAB. Hate that these days. But it's also got the aircon. But that was a paid for extra, it wasn't standard. And also what wasn't standard was that rev counter. You had to pay for that. And you could buy a glove box door, pay for that. You could upgrade these to loads of different specs. But that's what it is at the minute. So, we've got a bit of a damp patch down there, but I think that's the aerial leaking. They do leak on these. So again, I'll have to put some seal around that. Now I have put it in for a test and she's failed. It's another thing about doing all our cars. I mean, this is actually not bad at all. Just a couple of brake pipes. But if it was all brake pipes, some of them when they get to this age need the new subframes, that would be a disaster. I wouldn't earn any money out of that. Now, other ones I had in for test was the Focus. Now you might notice that it's only field on the discs, but we've got advisories on the pads as well, so I may as well do them, and also 3 of the tyres. Now I'll do them. You might ask the question why. Well, I'll get them a little bit cheaper than the public will, and if someone buys that and then has to spend, say, £150 a tyre, they'll feel like they've been ripped off. So I'd rather just do it, send it out with no advisories and 3 new tyres, than anybody feel like, you know, they hadn't got a good deal. The other one passed within advisory, but you might remember I said that was going to Fife in Scotland. Now it's a road wheel, must have a dent or something in it. So what I've done is I've ordered off an internet auction site the right wheel, which has a decent tyre on it, but what I'll do is I'll get my mechanic to swap the tyres over because they match on the back. And what I'll do is I'll get him to swap the tyres over, and I will use, because it's got an inflation kit, I'll get a wheel and jack, a brace and jack I should say, and I will use the spare alloy, as it's just a dent, it passed the test. I'll use that as the spare, so it'll have 5 alloys on it. So that's good. But another thing we need to do with this is, for some reason, she's got a new key. See it here, new key, but the remote buttons don't work. So whether or not it's not being programmed, I don't know. But another thing we'll have to sort. But she starts up okay there. See all the warning lights going out. Now the airbag always takes ages on these. See, it's gone out there now. The other one's for the seat belt, the other one's for the handbrake. Taken over beautiful. Like I say, you see the warning lights come on and go out. Again, that's very important if you're buying a car. They should always, when you turn the ignition on like that, you should see them all illuminate. So you've got oil light, battery light for the alternator, airbag light, and then it should all go out. Just like that. So, what other goodies we got in here? We've got some air fresheners there, unopened, so they'll be handy. There's one that's been opened there. See, I like their air fresheners, mate. I like the. Tell something about their previous one. I like the air fresheners, I like the makeup. There's a local car there. Yep. 50-50 split in the back. And space saver spare wheel. So, yeah. So, that's the car. We'll see what she turns out like when we get her done. So Johnny's there. Hi everybody, welcome back to Valley Car Centre. I'm going to show you around the cleaned up C1. Doesn't it look so much better by being cleaned up? Remember the interior? Look at that now. Lovely, fresh, all on the carpets as well. Steering wheel, everything. In the back as well, it is dark in here. But yeah, fresh, lovely. Now you might remember with this one, last time we were here, I'd done the MOT I'd been in for, but it had failed on 2 brake pipes, which we've now had done. So it now has the MOT on with no advisories. We did underbody protect it before it went in for test, because you always get the surface corrosion put on things, which scares people. So that's been done. Now we do need to do the key still and the oil and filter service, which we'll do. But now, remember I mentioned that these wheel trims were non-original, and my dad did find some original ones in the garage, but we only had 3 of them. He wanted to get another one and change them. Comments down below on what you think we should have done. I personally think they look okay, and the car, now it's cleaned up, just looks fantastic. I mean, inside the boot and everything, dead clean. I will show you this through the daylight as well when it's done, but remember the back bumper our corner there as well needed a screw in it, so that's been done. But yeah, just a much more pleasant car to look at. Smell. Oh, that was another thing we've done. Remember, you could see a scratch in this back thing where it's been touched in, so you have to look very closely now. Got the right colour for it and touched it in. My dad did want to paint it as well, but to get out the spray gun and everything on a £2,500 car, I just think it's too much. I think it's got 12 months MOT with no advisories, oil and filter change. These are a dead reliable car, and I just think the facelifted version as well, with the daytime running lights, new bumper bars and everything on it. Ideal first car for someone, lasts someone a couple of years, no problem. If you look on the forums, they're very reliable, these. If you're just starting to sell cars, this is what I'd recommend you start with. But like I say, it's difficult to get profit out of them. I mean, we got off lightly with a test with a couple of brake pipes, but you could, if it had been every brake pipe, like I said before, it would have been disastrous. And I mean, as well, we've cleaned this car. You've seen how filthy it was. Already cleaned it. We've done an oil and filter service on it. We're going to fix the key that's broken on it. Touched it all in and done the 12 months MOT, everything like that. And then Auto Trader just says that it's a great price. Well, that registered, how you're supposed to make money out of these things when it's so hard.
that car should be £3,000 all day long, but then Auto Trader would say it's a high price. So like I say, it'll pay a few bills, but you know, it's not where you earn your money out of these. You earn your money out of things like that there. You know, that's the, but these take longer to sell, so to cover a few bills, you do occasional ones like this. Anyway, I don't think this is going to take long to sell. I would imagine that I'll probably be giving you an update in the next couple of days. It wouldn't even surprise us if it was a lot sooner than that. I have actually had an inquiry on it, but we haven't got the photographs on at the minute. I've literally just photographed it as we speak. It's Monday evening, as you can see from out there. It is the 13th, I think it is. Don't quote us on that, I'll have to check again, but I'm sure it's the 13th. I think this will be gone before 16th. That's what I'd give it. You know, great little first car for someone. Anyway, I'll let you get on. Take care. Right, the final part of the C1 video. So I said I'd show you it outside. So here it is. It is ready, literally, in the next 20 minutes to go out with its new owner. First time driver, so ideal little first car, which I thought it would be. It did take longer than I thought to sell. It was, I said, a few days. I think it sold on the 20th, and they did say that they wanted to collect it on the 1st of February. It's actually the 30th. No, I'm thinking about that. It's my birthday tomorrow. It's the 30th of January. I think they realised, I think she might have passed the test. I think they realised that it's free road tax anyway, so it doesn't make any difference whether or not you tax it now or tax it on the 1st. It's going to make no difference to the finances of it. So that's it done. Hopefully, fingers crossed, first car will give her many years of happiness. It's brilliant to get your first car, get you out on the road, get you lots of freedom. Remember my little Nova Antibes, I love that. And that, nice bike there. And yeah, I'm sure she'll love this as well. Particularly love the running costs with the zero road tax, and the running next to nothing MPG wise, these as well. So yeah, and they're dead reliable, like I've said before. So if you want to see more cars getting turned around like this, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one, where we hopefully transfer something that looks raggy to something that looks pristine. So thanks very much for watching, and as always, take care.